everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today we are talking makeup. I have a makeup haul to share. I've got some empties and mini reviews to talk about, and I also will talk about some things that I've been loving, and it's just gonna be a very comprehensive all-in-one beauty makeup type video. I really had great intentions and like great thoughts to do these every month, and then I just didn't have a whole lot to say every month. And also I fell off the wagon on my makeup challenge. I was really trying to stick to using a couple of palettes every month and trying to use every single color. And I found the motivation for that really died out quickly because there are some colors that I just do not want to use. Like, they're a little bit funky and a little bit bright, but especially in the beginning, I really got out of my comfort zone for it. And lately I've just been sticking with two things: the little Making Mauves palette from ColourPop, and I really also like the Smoke and Roses. I've never changed this one out. I think I started using this one in January, and I still use this one. Between these two, I pretty much have my look every single day from these two. I occasionally will dabble in the other one that I picked out, the Sweet Oasis. This is a Morphe 35S Sweet Oasis. This one's very bright. I don't use the teals or anything yet. I've used them like a couple of times and that was it, but I have not used every color. I haven't even used every color in the Smoke and Roses because it does have quite a bit of pinks in it that are a little bit dark for me. I just like very like light, almost nothing makeup pretty much. So these are just my two go-tos. I love them so much. And I found that yeah, rotating them out every month totally didn't happen. I was so motivated in the beginning and then I totally lost steam, and I really just lost motivation for any like extra thing like that. I'm like, okay, what really matters now? And makeup just wasn't it, and it's still kind of not it really, but I've never professed to be a beauty guru or anything, but I do really like dabbling with makeup and it makes me feel pretty and it makes me feel put together. So I do want to do these videos from time to time, but I'm definitely not committing to every single month because I can tell that just totally is not going to happen. It's not sustainable for me. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of empties. I ended up going through two face things. I ended up getting a little thing of the Tool Nightly Moisturizer, and then this one from ColourPop. This is the Good Mood Gel Moisturizer, and I did not like either one, guys. I was used to this big giant bucket of Cetaphil. It's like super creamy and heavy, and I would put it on at night like a sleep mask, and it was great. It was moisturizing. I also, when I was done like putting it on my face, I would rub it into my hands and my cuticles, and my hands and cuticles always felt great. And with the Tula one, it was super lightweight. I still felt like in the morning I wasn't super moisturized. There wasn't anything left on my face, and it just was not it for me. And also I find that it's a little bit more perfumey than I would prefer. I really just don't do well with perfumey things. I'm a migraine sufferer. It never caused a migraine for me, but I'm just super hypersensitive to smells, and I find it really off-putting when there's lots of perfumey scents and things, even when they don't cause me migraines. But I just did not find I liked the scent. I didn't like the way it felt because it just like blended in, it was gone. I wanted it to be like thick and luxurious. And then this one is a gel moisturizer. So this one was again like really light, but it did like stick onto my face a little bit better. But this one smells like old grannies. Like, it totally reminds me of going to my great grandmother's house, and it has that like baby powder, grandma-y, florally type of smell. And so that was again like off-putting, a little more perfumey than I would prefer. It didn't cause me any headaches or problems or anything, but it was just off-putting for me, and especially like the old lady type scent. And I'm sorry, I hope I didn't offend anybody, but it just totally reminded me of my great grandmother. Like, that's just not what I want to smell like personally. I don't know about you, but it was just not it for me. So I finally scraped the last little bits out of this, like everything I could scrape out of it, and I got back to my favorite. I'm trying a different one of the Cetaphils because this is actually like a face one. The one I got was, I thought was a face one, but it ended up being like a body moisturizer, and I just used it on my face and it was great. I loved it so much. And after this one, I will go back to the big giant tub and just use it because I'm over all these like face moisturizers. This one was still like more expensive than the big tub one. This one's called Cetaphil Rich Hydrating Cream, Normal to Dry Sensitive Skin, and it definitely is much more hydrating. I feel like it stays on my face a lot better than the other ones. It's just not super duper thick like that other body cream one. It's just, you know, a medium thickness, and I still like it. I'll still use this one. Yeah, it doesn't have much of a smell of any kind, which I really like. You can see like it's nice and thick in there. I felt like the other ones were almost runny, like that's how thin they were. And this one is nice and thick. I can still like put it on my face and then use it on my hands too. That was one thing I found, that I had to end up getting a hand cream because I was getting like, my cuticles were getting wrecked because these ones did not like cover my hands at all. I found after I did my face, I didn't have anything left, and it did not help me like moisturize my cuticles or my hands at all. And this one, I find now my hands are nice and smooth because I put it on my face and then rub it, the rest of it in onto my hands and cuticles, and it works nice. I just prefer like the really thick, luxurious one. So that is it for my moisturizer journey. I'm done trying moisturizers. I'm gonna stick with the one I really like, the big giant tub of Cetaphil, and just use it forever and love it and stop experimenting with this one. These ones were all fails for me, aside from this one's okay, but I would rather have the other one. But yeah, moisturizers, just totally not into it, totally not into the smells of them, and I don't like them. I feel like the Tula one was so ridiculously overpriced, and I'm sure it was like really good products, but it was expensive. Like that little tiny one, it was like the size of this, and it was like 30 bucks or 25 bucks or something, and the bigger one was like 50 bucks, and it was just way overpriced for what it is. And I feel like, you know, the big giant tub of Cetaphil is like 15 bucks and it lasted me like 2 years. So I'm just totally cheap when it comes to certain things, especially if it's not like, it's not doing anything. It's not doing me any favors. I felt like it was way overpriced for what it was. So there you go. There's my moisturizer rant. I have one other empty. I'm also really glad about this one. This is the It Cosmetics CC cream. It's Your Skin But Better. And I have been using their CC cream for years and years. Like since I got back into makeup, I found this, fell in love with it. I just ended up getting a different one. This time, this one's called Illumination. It says Illumination. So it's in like the pinky purpley metallic bottle. And this one is a little bit more of like a dewy look. And I found that this one didn't have as good of coverage for me as their matte ones do. So I'm going back to my tried and true. That's one of my little Ulta haul pieces here. I ended up going to Ulta mainly for this, and this is the silver one, and this is the one that I'm used to, the just regular Your Skin But Better CC cream. And I do get the color Fair Light, so it's pretty light, but this is the one I want, the silver bottle. It is more mattifying and it is not as dewy. And I find this one, I get full coverage, guys. Like it covers all my redness, all my spots, pretty much everything. I still like look like it's my skin, but it definitely covers up all the like imperfections and stuff. I find this one just does not cover as good. And it probably has to do with like the dewiness of it, but I found that I was still seeing lots of like acne spots through this, especially lately. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to talk about it, but it's just not helping when I have like really hormonal acne breakouts, and I would definitely see like more under eyes with this, more issues. So I'm glad I used it up. I'm not even gonna cut and scrape all the last bits of this one. I'm just gonna toss it. I've been able to squeeze out more and more, but I'm just so excited to have the one I really like back. And again, not gonna experiment. Like I know what I like, I know what works good, and this is it for me. So yeah, silver bottle CC cream from It Cosmetics. Just a wonderful, wonderful product. I've used it for years, and I'm very, very happy to have another two of the one I really, really like. On to more haul goodness. I ended up getting one other thing that I was gonna need soon, and then two other fun, happy things. So I ended up getting another Shape Tape, and they had different size bottles of this. They have the tiny one that's $12 and then the bigger ones. And I decided to get the tiny one because I found that it lasts for quite a while, and I find that I'd rather like probably pay more for the smaller one, use it for months and months, and not have to worry about it drying out or getting crusty and old or anything. So I can just replace this as needed. And I also liked the price tag on this one, 12 bucks, really good. It lasts me months. And I have found just from using this one over using the one I was using, I get a whole lot better coverage. I love it. I'm going to stick with the Shape Tape. And so this one is the one I've been using. I think I got this one from HEB. I don't like the color of it, and I don't like the applicator. That was another thing. I looked at the testers at Ulta, and the bigger bottle that was more like this size had the bigger doe foot applicator, and I didn't like that. So this one is a little bit dark for my skin. So I feel like it was a little bit orangey on my skin, and I think I'm like a little bit olive tone, so it's really hard to find things that look good. But I didn't like this big giant one. I felt like I got tons of it out. You can see I'm like scraping it on the sides, and now the sides are all nasty because I just don't need that much. I just use it under my eyes and I just don't need a ton. So it was really a journey, like getting it all over my face to try to get it. And then this one with the tiny applicator just works a whole lot better. I just need a little swipe under each eye just to cover up my dark circles under my eyes. I just have really dark circles. So this one works really good. I think it covers a little bit better than the other one. And I also got like a better color for my skin. That was part of it. So I'll probably end up mixing these two at some point to just try to use more of this one up. I just don't like the idea of like tossing basically a half-used bottle of stuff. I'd rather try to use up some of it, but I'm really liking the way that this one looks. It really brightened my eyes. I'm like, wow, I don't look dead because I don't have these dark circles under my eyes. Even with concealer, I've still had dark circles, but this one's good. I really, really like the Tarte Shape Tape. So that was one I got and I was really happy to get. And then because it was a gift card, I ended up buying 2 more lippies, and one of them was one I had run out of. I had talked about this one. This is the One Wish, and I do get the Kylie matte ones. First of all, they've changed the packaging. The ones I have from before are black, like all these drips and all the top pieces black, and it's just, I don't know, kind of gothic looking, and these pink ones are so beautiful and lovely. So this is the color called One Wish. I had this one in a like holiday sampler. I used every last bit of it, scraped every last bit. It was getting dry and crusty, and I finally had to throw it out, and I was so happy they had the color again. It's just like the perfect nudie matte lipstick, and I really, really like it. And then the one I'm wearing today was a new one, and I was so excited to find like a nudie pink that's really pink, but not like really Barbie pink, and also not super dark. I have a couple of dark pinks that are great for autumn time, but this one is called Snow Way Bay, and I thought that was super cute. Like the name of it is cute, and I really, really like the color. So I wore this to a pool party yesterday. It's just an end of the year thing for the girls and the moms, and it was really, really fun. And somebody actually complimented me on the lip. She's like, okay, you have to tell me what that is because your lipstick hasn't budged this whole time and it looks amazing. The color looks great. She just wanted to know, like, what is this magic thing? And I was like, it's Kylie, guys. It's just Kylie. And so I told her what color I used, and she's like, that color looks like it would be flattering on anybody. And I was like, I think so. It's like the perfect pinky matte lipstick, and I love the Kylie lipstick. It's one of my favorite ones. I have 2 other brands of matte lipstick that I really, really like. I like the Jeffree Star ones. I really just wish I could like test them out in stores and look at them. They used to at least have them at some store, but I want to like see all the colors, and he has more like funky colors and not a whole lot of like nudes and pinky nudes and like the range that I stick with. So it's hard for me to decide from his website which ones. I've got 2 of his, Celebrity Skin and then like a cookie one, and they're both really beautiful. I still use them a bunch. They stay on, they're nice, long lasting, they're not super drying, and same with the Kylie one. They're nice, long lasting, not super drying, and I find that they're not like flaky at the end of the day, where some that I've tried have been really flaky and it like feels like it's drying out your lips. These just feel great. So I really, really like the Kylie ones. I would recommend them, and especially these 2 colors. They're some of my favorite ones. I have an autumn one that I really, really like too, and then one called Angel that I also really like. So this one, the nudier colored one, is One Wish, and then the pinky one I'm wearing today is called Snow Way Bay. Love, love, love them. Can't say enough good things. And these ones come with the lip pencil too. I don't tend to use those very much, to be honest with you, but I really like, this is the one I'm wearing today. Snow Way Bay. So pretty. I just think it's beautiful. So I was happy I had a gift card so I could splurge on the second one. I was definitely going to get the One Wish when I saw it was there, but since I had the gift card, I splurged on the other one too. So yeah, when I use these, I do have to use a makeup remover wipe to get the rest of it off. Sometimes if I eat some oily things, I will get like the inside part of it, and it's like the beehole lip. That's what people will say, where the inside's like my normal lip color and the outside's still the pink. But that only happens when I eat like really oily things, and for the most part it lasts all day and I have to use a makeup wipe to get it off. But when I use the makeup wipe on my lips, I do feel like they're drying, and I end up using a lip mask. So I have been using the ColourPop lip masks for a while, and I find now that I'm wearing lipstick more frequently, I definitely need the lip mask. It keeps my lips nice and refreshed and lovely, and I like it so much. And this one is like a sparkly pink one. It just, I wear it to bed, so it's not a big deal, but it looks really cute on, and I really like, this is the Powerpuff Girls one. It came in a 2-pack, and I really like it. I like the smell of these. I have a watermelon one too that I really, really like, and I would totally recommend these. These ones are just really nice and thick, and you just put them on before bed, and in the morning your lips feel great, and I definitely really like them. So I'd highly, highly recommend these, especially if you're wearing matte lipsticks. You gotta have some sort of like hydrating thing with them. So I am in the process of like trying to use up products, use what I've got and enjoy what I have. So I do have one ColourPop blush that I've been using pretty much exclusively. It's what I'm wearing today. I do have 2 other ones that I'll talk about. This one's called Truffle Shuffle, and I did hit pan on this one a while back, and I'm just hitting more pan, and I'm really like proud of myself because I don't tend to do that. I don't like, first of all, I have so many things that like eyeshadows, I hardly ever hit a pan on an eyeshadow because I have so many ones that I rotate out. But this one, it's like, it's old and crusty. But look at that, I hit pan on that, and it's like getting to be a bigger little spot in there, and I'm super excited, like super proud that I hit that, and it's like old and crusty and gross, and you probably shouldn't look too closely because it's probably really nasty, but I really like the color of that one. And then I have 2 other ones that I rotate out. I've got a highlighter, and then I also have one of their Super Shock Cheek, and this one's more of like, you have to have a special brush for this, but I tend to just use my fingers. It's like a creamier type blush, and I really like this one. It's called Birthday Suit. It's a little bit pinkier than the one I wear every day. So if I'm feeling really blushy or I want like a fancier look, I tend to use the Super Shock. And you can see I've used quite a bit of it. Like there's a dent, there's a nice size indentation in there. So I definitely have used it quite a bit. And I have been playing around more with the highlighter. I, again, tend to just use my fingers for this. I haven't found one of my brushes to be very helpful with this one. So I just have better control when I use my fingers. And I really, really like this one. I have not used this one nearly as much, and it really just does not take much. I barely put my finger in there and I can highlight my whole cheek, but I really, really like the way this one looks too. It just gives me a nice glow. And I find that with that, like this one, with the illumination one, I'm already kind of looking dewy anyway, but I feel like this one will come more in handy when I'm using the regular like mattifying type of CC cream. I feel like in the summertime and when I'm using that one, this one will look a lot more bright and exciting on my face. Okay, so for makeup challenge, it's basically just try to use up some of the stuff that I have. I'm definitely gonna be working on this concealer a little bit to try to use more of it up before I toss it. I really just don't feel good about tossing pretty much half full container. I will end up using makeup palettes. I'm going to just kind of use these ones a little bit more and then rotate them out, but I'm always going to have probably one of these two out, one of these top two, because I really, really just like them. I like the pinky and nudie and purpley type tones. And then I'm going to add in two products to try to use these ones up. They've been sitting in my makeup drawer forever and I just need to use them. I've got this one from Ulta Beauty. It's a mattifying face primer. I just found that I didn't notice any difference like using it the first time I used it, and I just kind of set it in there and didn't really think about it. So I'm going to try this one a little bit better. It says controls shine and blurs pores. I definitely have some serious pores on my nose and like this part of my cheeks. So I will try to use this, see if I get any better results with it, and just give it an honest try. And then the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I was using this for a while and then I don't know why I just took it out of my regular makeup routine, but I want to finish this off. It's like, I don't know, maybe half full, and I just want to try it out, use it up, and it definitely does help keep my makeup on a little bit longer. It's supposed to keep your makeup on longer, and I'm going to just, you know, try it out a little bit more, try to use this up because I don't like it just sitting there going to waste. I need to use it. So these are the two like main things that I'm going to try to just use as much as possible, try to use them up here in the near future. I think it'll take me longer than the end of May and into June, but I'm definitely putting these into my rotation to try to use them up a little more. And that is it. That's all I have for you guys today as far as makeup and beauty. I hope you guys like this video. I will link to the things I was raving about because there's certain things that I just love as far as my makeup routine goes. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll try to have another one of these for you guys probably in a couple of months. I probably won't do these monthly like I just thought I would, and then I totally didn't. So it'll probably be a couple months from now, but I'll have more empties and faves and stuff to talk about then. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.